Hey everybody, Fabian for Liberty, Internet Anchorman TV, FabianForLiberty.com. So many people are talking about an October surprise, like every election cycle, right? What's going to be the October or maybe even November surprise, September surprise that takes place? That's what we're going to cover in this video. We're going to see what, if anything, are the possibilities that the New World Order, the globalists that run America and that run Europe, what are they willing to do in order to ensure they continue to hold on to power? All right, so we're back. Fabian for Liberty, FabianForLiberty.com. Okay, so the last couple of weeks, there's been a lot of individuals, I'm not going to get into names right now, but that have come out. If you listen to alternative media, you may have heard them yourself, that have come out and said, we have informants at the highest levels of government, whether it's the White House, Department of Homeland Security, that are basically saying a big event is coming. That their informants have said in October there's a big event. And really it's not just alternative media. I mean, you have the guy who wrote the, Aaron Klein, I believe is his name, the guy who wrote the book The Amateur about Obama. He's talking about how the Obama administration is planning all kinds of things. You have top Obama advisors, both current and ex-advisors, that are saying Obama needs another September 11th, or he needs an Oklahoma City bombing to, to rally the American people. So the idea of an October surprise is normal. I mean, it's gone from will Obama legalize marijuana in October to get the youth, get them all excited again about voting for him. I'll tell you, I believe something definitely is coming. I don't know what it is, but here's just my thought, and I could be completely, totally wrong on this. The central planners, the banking cartels that elected Obama, that put up $1 billion to get him elected. I mean, they've in essence at this point, starting with the Bush administration, have expanded their empire, imperialistic idea of having America basically police the world and ensure that we surround some of the biggest oil reserves in the world, whether it is in Iran, Afghanistan having some of the largest opium production in the world. But we're out there in force. The empire is expanding with its intervention with the CIA and special forces in Syria, what we did in Libya. So it continues and it continues. But they've also taken over the healthcare industry. They've in essence taken over the car industry with GM. The banking industry has been taken over. All of it's being nationalized and or has a level of government involvement, intrusion that is at unprecedented levels for a free republic. They've come too far. They've come too far to allow someone to come in and just change everything out. That's why either A, Romney's a total fraud, because he'll just go along with their agenda, or B, Obama will win for sure. Because the stakes are too high. The stakes are way too high for allowing a liberty candidate or a real renaissance of the republic of 1776, of liberty and freedom to flourish in this country. It's why they will co-opt any grassroots movement, be it Occupy, be it the Tea Party, like that. Here's a few things that I thought of that could be potential October surprises. I think the biggest one to start with, I mentioned the legalization of marijuana, but I think the biggest one is a potential war scenario or escalated tensions with Iran. You've seen the war propaganda everywhere along mainstream media. Mainstream media has completely outlawed almost any real truth-telling, so there isn't really anyone that's putting these stories in perspective. But the mainstream media is going full-blown with a buildup of war in Iran. Now we know the Persian Gulf is filled with aircraft carriers. It's filled with all kinds of military, the Navy. We know Iran on their side in October are planning large-scale anti-ballistic missile testing. A huge military plans are in place in October with Iran. Happens to be the same month that the US and Israel are planning large-scale military war games. So they're all war gaming back and forth, which is a ripe scenario for some kind of false flag, a jet being shot down, a ship being sunk. The other side is blamed, just like the Gulf of Tonkin, or most recently over in Syria, where a Turkish fighter jet was shot down by Syria, which would have been a perfect false flag to invade Syria. I also know that back in February, there was a story that came out that Iran had sleeper cells throughout not only Europe, but also America. Hezbollah and also Iranian Revolutionary Guard were in America ready to go on a moment's notice to basically set off terror attacks in America. We also know our government is preparing for something. That's pretty obvious for anybody who has any clue of anything, knowing that our government is preparing for something. And then the IAEA at the UN just released a report saying that Iran is in essence doubling down not only on its centrifuges, but also the ability to enrich uranium. It is not stopping. In fact, it is relocating and moving around much of its nuclear capabilities, putting it further underground, away from any Israeli bunker-busting bombs. Israel does not have the type of missiles needed to really penetrate deep down those underground laboratories where they're building nuclear weapons or they're testing uranium or whatever it may be. America does have those, but we have not given them to Israel. We have a quadrupling of gas masks in Israel for the population there. The gas mask that they've been giving out has quadrupled in just recent months. And Netanyahu is on record basically saying, look, time is running out. Military intervention is the only thing that's going to stop the mullahs from obtaining a nuclear weapon. Some believe, ex-military believe, Iran already has a nuclear weapon. They just don't have a delivery device to deliver it. But Iran having a weapon, a nuclear weapon, is indeed a game changer. There is no question. And all that's needed is, again, a ship being sunk, a plane being shot down. That's how many of these wars usually start. How would this help Obama? Many think, well, that would hurt Obama. In fact, it's just the opposite. War in Iran, or a conflict with Iran, would help. A major terror attack in America would help Obama. Could you really imagine Romney or Ryan or any Republican attacking the president if we're going to war, if we've just been hit by Al-Qaeda or whatever other boogeyman they want to say is, has just attacked? Romney would have to quietly show his support of the president. I believe the central planners at the banking cartels, the mega banks that run America, the elites, the wealthy families, they've come too far with their plans for this new world order. They're the same people that financed Lenin, were the banks of Wall Street, were the mega banks that financed Lenin to have revolution, to basically be able to nationalize everything, and then they have no competition. That's why the free market in America is totally under attack. It's not capitalism. We haven't had capitalism in America for a pretty long time. It's crony capitalism that is stealing people's money in their bank accounts. It's crony capitalism that's profiteering from the wars that are taking place in the Middle East. It's crony capitalism that is taking place and profiting from the GMO seed that kills all other organics, but only the GMO Terminator seeds can survive any of the aluminum spraying or anything else taking place. So a game changer, I believe, is about to take place. Could it be something happens in Europe? Again, how do we know something's coming or something is close to happening? We know because, again, the people that run Obama and that run Romney, really, they're one and the same. They've come very, very far. Think about where we were just in just the year 2000, just 5 years ago, just 3 years ago. Would you ever imagine the things that we're witnessing today? Drones flying over U.S. cities, the TSA patting everyone down, and now being rolled out at sporting arenas, at political rallies. The TSA is there like, hey, yeah, no, this is what we've done all along. The security in Tampa last week for the RNC, I caught as much footage of it as I could, was like nothing I've ever seen. And you could see it in the videos, but it's really nothing compared to actually being there. It was like a third world country. So they're getting ready for something big. Whether or not these people that claim they have ins at the Department of Homeland Security or any of these other departments that said some kind of event, manufactured or real, is coming in the next 2 months, I don't know if that's true or not. Only time will tell. I obviously hope it's not the truth. But I would say batten down the hatches, gang, and be prepared for something to come. I'm your Internet Anchorman, Fabian for Liberty. Thank you for watching.